Bluesboyjag here, yet another 4-string cigar box guitar lesson. Straight up blues, open G. Here's the 4th string. That's a A string tuned down to G. And your D string tuned normal to D. G string tuned normal to G. You know what I'm going to say, always tune your G string normal. And a B string tuned normal to B. G, D, G, and B. So this is a straightforward blues. I started this video thinking about what song I might do and what style, and I thought, how about some gospel blues? And I picked up my slide and I came up with this basic riff in the key of G. It's basically a 1-5-4-5-1, which means you're going to be playing the 1 chord, which is the key that we're in, G. So that's your first chord. Then we're going to go up to D. So D is going to be on the 7th fret. G, A, B, C, D. So I'll show you what the riff is. It's not really a riff, it's just a chord progression, and you can do whatever rhythm you like. So in this one I wanted it to be a little bit funky. A 2-chord blues. We start out with the first chord, which is G, no fingers at all. We're going to add a couple things later. So that's your G chord, and we're going to move up here to the 7th fret. That's going to be G, A, B, C, D. So it's just 2 chords, G and D, but there's no C at all, so it's not really a 1-4-5. Normally 1-4-5 would be the 1 chord in the key, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. In this case, it's a 1 and a 5. So the 1 is the key, G. And the 5, D. G, A, B, C, D. Basically back and forth between those 2 chords. Open G and D. Like I said a minute ago, we're going to add some other notes to it too, but for now, what I'm doing is making it real funky by choking a lot, which I can't not do that. I always do that when I'm playing this type of guitar. Either a 6-string or a 4-string open tune. I like to keep it funky by chopping off all those chords. You don't have to, you can do it straightforward. And that's basically just the 1 chord. All I'm doing is adding that 1st finger on that 3rd string, 2nd fret. You know, I like to make it funky, but if you'd like to do it straightforward, instead of chopping everything off, you can do it either way. So basically what we have here is a 2-chord song. The G, and a D. Now if I wanted to do a shuffle, that's what I just did. So you've got the open chord, then Then I'm using my first finger on that third string, second fret. I'm choking those chords off like that with my other fingers. And I'm using my first finger to fret and my second finger to choke. And what I mean by that is that finger right there is just flopping down on the strings. It's not pressing them down, it's just touching the strings. And that gives it the choke. Now, my second finger is not doing anything, it's that first finger. I can bar up here to that second fret, or I can slide. Either way is fine. So I slid back down to the 3, and then the second, and down to 0. There's all sorts of different ways you can do that. So, from the top. I got a little bit funkier there. All I'm doing is making it more chopped up. And that's my favorite type of shuffle. And I kind of slid down using that slide there. So that's going to be a 1 and a 5 going back and forth. There's your 1, there's your 5. And that's just the 5th chord of the key that we're in. So that's a G. And a D. So it's really just a 2-chord blues. I'm going to add some more things to it. Instead of just the 1 finger down here, first finger here on that 3rd string. So now what we're going to do is I'm doing the same riff up here. Of course it looks different because I'm barring. All I'm doing is going. So I'm walking up to that 2nd finger on the 3rd string, 3rd fret. I'm using my thumb curled around back to mute that string when I don't want to hear it. Sometimes I kill that 4th string when I do this. You don't have to, but it's just another way of doing it. So that thumb comes around the top. All you're hearing is 1 string. And you can get that 2nd and 1st in there if you want. But I'm killing that G string. with my thumb. So that's the bar I did a minute ago. The pinky's 2 frets above the first finger. So there's no 4 chord in this one. It's only a 1-5-1. Back and forth between the 1 and the 5. 1 is the first chord in the key, and the 5 is the 5th. Now, another thing, I do have my slide on here, so it makes it more difficult to do that because you don't want your slide banging on the strings here. So that might take a little bit of practice, but I'm walking up on that 3rd string from 7, 9, and 10. And of course there's trillions and trillions of ways to do this 2 chord boogie. It's a 1-5-1. I'm choking all those. You don't have to do that either. In fact, it's probably better to try it that way first. If you're not used to choking, it can be pretty difficult at first. Thing here. I know I alluded to this earlier. I'm walking up with my first finger there on the 2nd fret, 3rd string, and then I'm using my 2nd finger above that. And I like to choke everything. So here's how you practice choking with a slide on. There's several ways you can do it. If I'm going to be pressing down here on that 2nd fret, 3rd string, and then using my 2nd finger, it makes it a little bit harder to choke because that 1st finger and the 2nd finger are the choking fingers. So, when I play this note right there with my 1st finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret, the 3rd finger flops down and kills it. If I want to do that. So these fingers are bouncing around a lot. But in reality, all I'm doing is I just have to add that funky stuff to it, right? So it looks like I'm doing a whole lot. I'm really not doing much more than that. You put it all together and you can choke with your fretting hand. To this, we've got the 12th fret, which is your open, same thing, 12 octaves, 12 frets up. So let's throw that in. What I did there was I slid to the 12th fret instead of to the open. It's the same chord, just 12 notes higher. And then I immediately jump back down here. So it gives it a little bit more flavor. One more time. back here where we started. I'm still playing the same chords, but instead of playing the open, I'm playing the 12th fret, which is 12 notes higher and an octave up. So, have fun with that. Let me know if you have any questions, and please subscribe. Check out my web store, bluesboyjag.com. Now in my 21st year. We'll see you next time.